not even waiting for the match to start.
Can't blame him. I don't blame him one bit.
After all they've been through, honestly, we saw the conclusion of the bunkhouse stampede. Oh, Lee with a low blow. And that goes to show exactly the character of Negative Lee.
There's a reason that the general manager of New South is in the ring right now, because we need some actual order in this match if this is going to go down, I would say smoothly, but maybe that's not the word.
Lee, at the conclusion of the bunkhouse stampede, after Dave won the bunkhouse stampede, Lee attacking his former best friend. Steel chair to the head.
It still doesn't even sound real whenever I hear you say it.
I know.
Oh, they're getting a little too close to comfort here.
Definitely a little too close for my liking here. But I mean, you had to expect it after all they've been through. Years of friendship. This is, well, we're losing sight here.
Try our best to stick with the action as best as we can, folks, but this match is gonna go all over the place, and just like we've already said, can't really blame Big Dave for taking it to Lee.
Dave with a big clothesline and now clearing off some space on the bar in the merchandising area. Since 99, he says, oh, diving clothesline wipes out Negative Lee. And again, the years of friendship thrown down the drain by Positive Lee. These two men broke into the business together. I was there their first day when both these men entered the New South Academy, started training together, and quickly became best friends, Rob. These two.
And I've said it before. I said it in the build for this match on social media. Whenever I came to New South just a few months ago, there were a lot of people, I didn't want to say anything negative. Some people maybe gave me the cold shoulder. They didn't know who I was. But you know who were two of the first people to greet me whenever I walked in the door, give me a hug, and welcome me? It was Lee and it was Dave. So whenever Lee did what he did to Big Dave, my heart, your heart, all of the New South family's hearts broke right along with Big Dave's.
Well, it certainly, it got the best of our emotions, I'll say that.
Yeah, you can go back and check out that show and every other New South show that we've got coming out on YouTube every single Tuesday night, 7 Central. Know exactly what we thought whenever Lee did what he did to Big Dave.
Stiff right hand from Lee. And again, this is just so surreal to see. I've watched these men go up and down the road. Hell, I've been in the car with them several occasions. These are two folks who really spent more hours than most. Like, you think about family, significant others, but right behind that is Dave and Lee. They were always together, and Dave already busted open.
The past couple of weeks has been the longest amount of time in a very long time that these men have been without each other. And that just goes to show just how deep this really ran. Blood isn't always thicker than water. There might not be any blood between these two men, but let me tell you something, there's going to be a hell of enough blood in this match that it's going to get shed.
I mean, we've seen the cracks forming for a while, but it certainly seemed like they had worked out their differences. But clearly, all those thoughts and, I mean, no pun intended, negative emotions were bubbling under the surface of Lee. He's tagged 2 posts now.
I think whenever
count going to be
they
waved
got
off
back
here.
together, if only for one night only at Win City, when during the Sinister Six match, I thought then and there that maybe that should put everything to the side. These two guys are as close as they've ever been. Maybe they don't need to be a team all the time, but they're the best of friends. I don't know what happened. I would love to know what made Lee do what he did to Big Dave, because I know we've all got questions, but the only thing that matters right now is these boys got to get this off their chest, and I hope for their sake they can do it tonight.
But I mean, like I said, they've definitely, corner tag now. Again, have to tag all 4 corners to walk away with a victory. But I mean, things haven't been the best for BDSM. Clearly, cracks have been formed. Winless thus far as a tag team in 2023, had multiple unsuccessful attempts for the tag titles. But meanwhile, on the other end, Big Dave has had a pretty successful singles career for himself. Obviously won the Bunkhouse Stampede. He defeated Channing Thomas, Jake Bravado. He's really racking up a good amount of singles victories. And it certainly seems to me, just, you know, pure speculation, but it certainly seems like it ate Lee alive that Dave was getting the attention that he wasn't.
You know, and I can understand that in most cases, but it makes it even so much harder to believe, like, throughout this entire time, as Lee tags his first post, throughout this entire time, has this just been a ruse? I mean, if you really cared about Big Dave as much as you said you did, Negative Lee, was it really worth throwing it all away over some jealousy? Over the fact that this guy was now the shiny new toy that everybody in New South wanted to play with? Was it really worth throwing away all of those hours in the car, all of those hours at home, how they've lived together? Doesn't matter how much it's worth right now as Big Dave equalizes this with that low blow right there. Now Big Dave got his hand on the chair that Negative Lee brought into this match.
You gotta wonder how we've come to this. Good God, chair shot across the head. That's
reminiscent of the exact same shot that hit Big Dave.
I was about to say it has to feel bittersweet. On one hand, the same thing Negative Lee did to him, but that's the former best friend. I mean, again, they came into the business together, and while, I mean, it's anniversary 8, we're here to celebrate 8 years of New South. Think about the good times these two had. Obviously, things have deteriorated, but look back, like their debut match, all the way back against Wasted Generation. Think about their first win against the Kudo Death Society at the Holiday Special 2021. I was on the call for that match.
Well, you can see
these two were so overjoyed in the back. There were tears in their eyes picking up their first victory with their best friends, Rob.
And you can see right now as Big Dave very slow to try to get to that second corner. Big Dave, after he nailed those last couple of chair shots on Negative Lee, even Big Dave had to stop for a second and ask himself, what am I doing? Is this worth it? As he reluctantly once more decapitates his former best friend.
Beginning the count once more.
Since 96 comes that clothesline.
Well, since 99.
Rubbing it in the face of Negative Lee.
Understandable.
Once
Two
again,
corners
goes
now.
For the count. Just one more. Is Lee going to be able to get up and stop it?
Pulling the rope as tight as he can and charging in. Both men busted open, blood everywhere. Beating the chest of Lee.
Give him 96 of those for each one of those 96s that he claims to have come from. And that's another thing he's trying to steal from Big Dave.
Wrapping the bull rope around the throat of his former best friend. You gotta think, how does Dump factor into this? I mean, this man trained. This man was here. Count restarted. Dump trying to break this up. And again, like I was just saying, how does this factor in? These two kids were practically his children. Dump's throwing it off.
Ladies and gentlemen, General Manager Doug Sanders has ruled Big Dave the winner by ref stoppage.
You know, and it's apropos that you were just asking, how does Dump factor in?
Tugging at the heartstrings there. Again, these two kids, I say kids, I mean obviously loosely, were considered Dump's children. Like he calls them his children.
And that's exactly why he was here. We had the question, where does Dump factor in? Dump is here because he needed to make sure it didn't go too far. And I feel that if Dump Sanders was not here to make that stoppage, Big Dave could have killed his former best friend.
It's a possibility.
Such an uncomfortable match to watch, and I feel uncomfortable even saying any of that after the fact.
And again, the wayward son, Lee.
Even after all that we've said, all the feelings that we felt, it's still just, it hurts to even see this.
Saying we need positive Lee back. Oh, good God, a low blow.
Damn it.
Should have known better. Should have known better. That man brought you into this business. That man trained you. That man has given you every damn opportunity you've ever gotten here at New South. And that's how you treat him?
Big Dave's coming back. Big Dave's coming back. Get his ass, big man.
How much has Dump Sanders done for Lee? How much has he done for Dave? And now taking it out Taking it out on security. Good God. I'm sorry. I hate to get fired up, but that man right there is a piece. Well, you know.
Dave, I'm a man enough to admit when I'm wrong, and you were right about that son of a bitch.